Good morning, dear brothers and sisters. Today we will see Exodus chapters 21 and 22. Exodus 21 contains various laws and regulations given by God to the Israelites. These laws cover a range of topics, including rules about slavery, personal injuries, and property rights. God instructed Moses to convey these laws to the people, emphasizing the importance of justice, fairness, and the proper treatment of one another. The laws outlined in Exodus 21 served as guidelines for the Israelites to live by, ensuring harmony within their community. One of the laws stated that if someone owned a Hebrew slave, they were to release them after 6 years of service. If the slave had a family, they were to be released along with their spouse and children. However, if the slave chose to remain with their master, a special ceremony was performed to mark their continued servitude. The laws also covered cases of personal injury and harm. If one person injured another, compensation was to be given based on the severity of the injury. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth was a principle used to ensure fair retribution. Additionally, the laws addressed issues of property damage and theft. If someone's animal caused damage to another person's property, restitution was required. If a theft occurred, the thief had to repay double the value of what was stolen. Exodus 21 provided guidelines for maintaining order and resolving disputes within the community. These laws emphasized the importance of fairness, respect, and accountability among the Israelites. It is important to note that while some of the laws in Exodus may 21 seem unfamiliar or challenging to understand from a modern perspective, they were given within a specific historical and cultural context. They were intended to guide the Israelites in their journey toward a just and righteous society. By following these laws, the Israelites were able to establish a framework for justice and harmonious living in their midst, as they sought to honor and obey God's instructions. Exodus 22 continues with more laws and regulations given by God to the Israelites. These laws cover various aspects of daily life, including property rights, restitution, and social responsibility. One of the laws states that if someone stole an ox or a sheep and sold or slaughtered it, they would have to pay back 5 times the value of the stolen animal. If the stolen animal was found alive in their possession, they would have to pay double the value. The laws also addressed cases where someone's property or belongings were damaged or lost. If someone borrowed something and it got damaged or died while in their care, they were responsible for replacing it. If the damage or loss occurred due to negligence, the borrower would be held accountable. God also commanded the Israelites to be fair and just in their dealings with one another. They were not to mistreat or oppress foreigners, widows, or orphans. If they did, and those oppressed cried out to God, He would hear their cries and punish the oppressors. The laws in Exodus 22 emphasize the importance of personal responsibility and accountability. They promoted a society where people were held accountable for their actions and were encouraged to treat others with fairness and kindness. Additionally, God gave instructions regarding religious practices. The Israelites were not to practice sorcery or engage in occult practices. They were to worship and serve God alone, without turning to other gods or idols. Exodus 22 provided guidelines for the Israelites to live as a just and righteous community. These laws promoted fairness, responsibility, and respect for one another. They served as a reminder that God wanted His people to live in harmony, showing love and compassion to one another. While some of the laws in Exodus may 22 seem specific to the cultural and historical context of the Israelites, the underlying principles of justice, honesty, and compassion are timeless and relevant today. They remind us of the importance of treating others with fairness and respect and taking responsibility for our actions.